and welcome to Who is Luther Burbank. Before we start tonight, we have a special thanks. The three of us would like to thank Miriam Michaels for all of the amazing help that she gave us in setting up the lights for this show. And so if we could give her a round of applause. And with that, my name is Willie Filkowski.
I'm Nola Smith.
And I'm Corey Smith.
Our Wonder World, Volume 10 quiz book, is a book that I found about 2 years ago while kind of just like perusing. Yeah, sun comes off. Jeff Alder's.
Yeah, Jeff.
Yeah, so we found this book. You want to talk a little bit about it?
Yeah, of course. Our Wonder World is a series of children's encyclopedias originally published in 1914.
So we got our hands on a copy of the book, and one of the pages posed the question to us, who is Luther Burbank? And that brings us here tonight. So, thank you for coming.
Hope you enjoy.
Luther Burbank, a man of the earth, a man of the fold of tilled loam underfoot, of cloth creased with shadows and dust, linen in the heat, and a thick woolen shell, a light eye, a calloused hand, and a simple home. Luther Burbank eats what is put in front of him. He stamps the sod from his shoes and scrubs his arms with a vicious bar of soap upon entering the house. There's still dirt under your nails. Fold up into that heavy suit, your baggy ribs and hardened sweat stains lying dormant in the drawer where you put yourself for the night. Mark the days pass with stalks of lead as we practice patience and search for perfection in the long teeth of a Shasta daisy. On each swollen knuckle, we count, he loves me not, strewing the echoes of their cracks across the silent wooden floor. Aged joints pop like corn in a pan. Outside, he sows his seeds. Inside, the end of the line will live on in future generations of flower children. The eugenics of a petal's pale cheek, a spineless, flaccid cactus. The potato which carries on your name like no man ever will. And a body which now fertilizes the endless tree in the garden. Its roots use you. You never used yours. Take a walk each morning to your greenhouse womb. Forget until sunset that your own house is still empty.
Luther Burbank developed and patented this very strain of potato on our stage. It's the russet Burbank potato. For this next part, we're going to need 3 people to come down and give us a hand real quick. Do we have any volunteers? Be willing to help us? 1, 2, 3. Perfect.
Emma.
Come on down. Yeah. Fantastic. So yeah, if you could tie the other end of these muslin strips to a different part of the body. If you want to. Yeah. Tie it to some body part. Alright. We're in this together.
Alright, come on. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Go, 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 go!
I think,
Oh, I got this, man.
yeah, I think you definitely won. It's down to us. Should we have the audience estimate? I don't know.
Does that count as a fail?
Does Nola have more than I do?
No way.
No way. I think we. All right. Sorry, Nola. Thanks for your help, guys. You guys did that. Really appreciate it. Yeah.
What is tree surgery? Some years ago, a large branch was broken off, and as the wound was not given proper attention, so much of the tree rotted away that the old giant seemed destined to be felled by the wind. Then, a tree surgeon was engaged to save it, if possible. This man first cut out the decayed wood, where there was a hole large enough to admit a laborer. The rotten tissue was carefully scraped away for the entire length of this great cavity. Then, an antiseptic wash was applied, after which the interior of the tree was filled with reinforced concrete, the amount required being no less than 55 tons. This was a conspicuous example of tree surgery, yet it is not a line of work which can be taken up in a casual way. Spraying is exceedingly important in these days when the San Jose scale, the tent caterpillar, the codling moth, and many other pests must be fought persistently. At one time, the brown-tailed moths invaded homes, crawled into beds, and carpeted the floors. Many people were forced to close their homes and go away. To succeed as a tree surgeon, one must be resourceful. As a profession, tree surgery offers excellent inducements to young men seeking a career which will give them an active outdoor life. The demand is growing, but it is hardly worthwhile taking up this sort of work except in a thoroughgoing way. In some sections, the whole theory of tree preservation has been discredited because of the bungling work of inexperienced men.
Can I please have somebody choose a number between 1 and 414?
337.
337. Do you fancy yourself a pretty good reader, sir?
Yeah.
Yeah, why don't you come on down and give us a hand? You can read the B section of the index to everybody. Excellent.
Bacon. Francis. Dates. 8/306. Illustration. 8/111. Bacon. Josephine Dascom.
Oh.
The Sleepy Song. Bacon. Roger. As a magician. Telescope written of by 2/154. Baden Powell, General, an original of Boy Scout Movement. 6/66. Illustration 6/68. Badger.
The Badger.
Badger pulling game. 6/28. Badlands, Wyoming.
Just till the water runs out.
Bagataway, Indian game of lacrosse. Bags, darned in. Raffia,
Almost done.
Okay.
woven. Bahamas. Baker.
Yeah, go ahead.
Baker, Sir Samuel.
Oh,
Baker's dozen.
oh, that'll do it. Okay, thanks for your help. Really appreciate it. There's a whole article on Baker's dozen. That's amazing.
Children, go where I sing you. How shall I sing you? I'm going to sing you one by one for the lovely baby. Go on, in Bethlehem. Children, go where I sing you. How shall I sing you? I'm going to sing you to that do for Paul and Silas, one for the little baby was born in Bethlehem. Children, go where I sing you. How shall I sing you? I'm going to sing you for
Hot potato!
Hot potato! Hot potato!
hot potato. It's so hot.
Hot potato!
Over here! Flag potato! Oh, you guys suck!
Children, go where I sing you.
Nola!
How shall I sing you? I'm going to sing you 6 by 6, 6 by 6, that's the preacher, 4 for the poor, that's good at the door, 3 for the evil children, 2 for Paul and Silas, 1 for the little baby who's born in Bethlehem. Children, go. I'm going to sing you 8 by 8, 8 for the 8 that stood at the gate, 7 for the 7 came down from heaven, 6 for the 6 that couldn't get fixed, 5 for the gospel preacher, 4 for the 4 that stood at the door, 3 for the Hebrew children, 2 for Paul and Silas, 1 for the little baby, 1 for the little baby, 1 for the little baby, He was born in Bethlehem.
How can a girl earn money at home? How can she turn her talents to profit? These are the questions which hundreds of girls are asking, and their answer is often not so far to seek as they think. It lies not in some distant field of expert training, but in the cultivation of some home-discovered talent. But I have no talents, the average girl replies. And by this, she means that she can neither sing, nor play the piano, nor paint with any but ordinary ability. These are accomplishments delightful in society, but no more useful in the world of money-making than a dozen other more homely gifts. Many a girl could learn from somebody's old-fashioned grandmother the secrets of certain plants which could be sold to friends or to some florist. The Cape Jasmine, as the old folks have always called it, is full of poetry and romance, and it is not at all uncommon for a city florist to charge 50 cents for one blossom. Sometimes it is the garden flowers which will attract the ambitious girl. One woman earns a large sum each year with her fleur de lis. She buys the finest roots, provides the best soil, and tends them carefully. And the result is almost bewildering. If a girl learns to do simple sewing and dressmaking, well, she will always have the means for earning a living. Your mother will probably be your best teacher, but if for any reason you must learn your first lessons in dressmaking by yourself, do not be discouraged. The making and trimming of hats is not so mysterious a process as some persons seem to think. To learn millinery as a trade, it is absolutely necessary for a girl to enter some large shop or store and begin from the beginning. It is always possible to earn a little money by making articles of food for sale, and many girls have answered this question by opening a piazza or indoor tea room. What are good fillings for sandwiches? See volume 7, page 393.
Who is Luther Burbank? Fuck Luther Burbank. Fuck the unrealities of his body. Don't tell me you can create who I am. I am an educator. I am a brother. I am standing here with nothing left in me but the falsities of my individual Burbank, great innovator Burbank, lover Burbank, philanthropist Burbank. Tell me, Luther, does the sun love your plants like it loves you? The trees are alive with the sound of my lagoon, safe and private 2.5 miles, the most beautiful in America, one term limit of beauty It may be effective in treating depression, can prevent negative emotions by preventing frowning. Vices are tighter than my skin can know. Famously unique. Famously unique. Famously unique. What could be better? Does your electricity work, Luther? Are you happy with what we have done? Are you happy about Pearl Harbor? Can your horse outrun mine, Luther? Is there nothing left to burn, Luther? Can you see now, Luther? Are your eyeglasses working? Are there better fields to mine, better shelves to affix to the wall? Are you proud of your daughter? Do you know her every thought? Does she use birth control? Are you happy with her? Are you happy with yourself, Luther? You God-fearing, good-for-nothing nihilist. Detox is the key. She says the bad bacteria can be radiant. I'm not waiting for an entry point anymore. I'm down to earth, spontaneous fun, and tonight I will walk away from you. I will marry you. I will not be locked in. I demand, sure, great. I like to think that this is risk-free. Tell me, who is Helen Coleman? Who is the soil under our feet? And who is the system? You didn't build that, Luther. Tell me, who is the broken tree? Who is that poor skeleton of a living thing reaching for life and comprised of death? The white veins of winter mock the poor frame. Who is the broken tree? Who is the broken tree? I'm sorry, Luther. People have doubts. A recent survey relieved those doubts. People loved our wedding slideshow. They loved us. They loved us. People fund experience. They learn from the vintage. They learn from my knees. There is fault in relations. There is fault in mythos. But most of all, there is fault in fatherhood. Who is Luther Burbank? A spineless motherfucker just like his cactus.
Gentlemen, to our Wonderworld rendition of Puzzles and Enigmas. Welcome! A round of applause. Please feel free to follow along on the back of your programs. See how many questions you get right. Gentlemen?
What is the difference between perseverance and obstinacy?
One is a strong will, and the other is a strong won't.
If a woman were to change her sex, how would this affect her religion?
She would be a heathen.
What is the difference between a gardener and a Chinaman?
One keeps the lawn wet, the other keeps the lawn dry.
If you were to throw a white stone into the Red Sea, what would it become?
Wet!
How do you spell blind pig in 2 letters?
PG, pig without an eye.
Where does all the snuff go to?
No one knows!
Which of the seasons is the most literary?
Autumn, for then the leaves are turned and some of them are red.
Why do black sheep eat less than white ones?
Because there are fewer of them.
What is the oldest piece of furniture in the world?
The multiplication table.
What is the best way to prevent water coming into your house?
Don't pay your water tax.
Why is the Panama Canal like the first U in cucumber?
Because it is between two C's.
What is the keynote to good manners?
Be natural.
What is a put-up job?
The paper on the wall.
What is that of which, if you take the whole away, some remains?
Wholesome.
Which has most legs, a horse or no horse?
No horse has 5 legs.
Who got the most questions right? Who got more than 2 right? Who got... Sir, you're a grand winner! Come up to the front, retrieve your grand prize.
You're the one. You better watch your back.
We want unimpeachable men with big, strong backs, with knees that do well to bend, hands like catcher's mitts, backsides, wooden planks. We want unimpeachable men with vinegar stomachs, driven and impossible, unresting, just and courteous, roving. We want big, tall, and steel. This sport is indivisible. It is not passive and does not want anything that must be said. It wants only cleanliness, leisure, and water, recreation, and back teeth. Legs, like tree trunks. It takes rectangles in danger, salt, rips, and tears, placidity, jumping, and spoken. We want unimpeachable men with orange-juiced days, sustained through hay-baling nights, the cover of a rain frown, and accompanied by a distinct grin. We want strange and terrible baseball bats filled with glue, men with shoes. We want unimpeachable men with cricket laughs and rear-wheel politeness. We want unimpeachable men with Southern California arms from 40 years ago. We want unimpeachable men shaving with lit cigarettes resting on the edge of the sink. We want unimpeachable men who sit well with motion. Satellite dish golf balls bounce between the roofs of unimpeachable men on a course where nobody thinks of short legs or stripes.
There isn't much light inside, but there is a hum of your life. You can't see them, but your bones are white, and you feel that. And you feel that white stretching, stretching, stretching you. Your life and blood are wet. It is hot. Veins like traffic in winter bring the wetness to your eyes and you look inside. You finally remember your dream where you kiss your father and you throw yourself against the wall. And you can't stop until you can't stop until you can't feel your body. You can't feel your body anymore. But it looks so beautiful, darling. Your rib cage traps you. There are white lines that encase you in the wetness. Your body is a collection of white bird cages and your hands are the broken ones. very tantalizing it is to see how your body moves in the humidity. The sensation of parking structures at sunrise, of breathing in air that freezes up the cell inside you. You feel inside you close up and close up. You realize what wet bread tastes like in December, what white life tastes like in the morning. Narrow paths of marrow of you protrude into the ether and move like heavy machinery on steaming asphalt. You can't even know how exquisite the red, beautiful, and the realness, your nerves, your nerves, your nerves. You feel the white beauty of them, the feeling of the white on it, the feeling of paintbrushes and knives and the beauty of them. And the carpets and the sidewalks and the eyeglasses of you, such of the beauty of them, and the quiet house of you, and the wet, gentle lilacs of you, the parking structures of you, the light switch of you, the crudeness of you, the fucks, cocks, cunts of you, the tinny, the conservative and conservative whiteness of your descending soul of you. You are a quiet person asleep in the blanket of your coat. You are alone in this world. You are poetry's ugly stepchild. You are an ecstatic tactile elevation, a brilliant popping sun sound, a garbage-born brawn light till child of rain, keeping captain of sandbanks and implicit secede. Secede, you cupid child, child of the drench, of the hot, stretching whiteness. Secede, secede, you thirsty embryo, you asphalt goddess, you pollinator of you, of life, of your life, your life, your life. You see your life.